Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to AriesEDC. I get to talk to you guys about another pickled steel. So I did the unboxing for this knife a while ago. I've been having it in and out of my pocket and just sitting here fidgeting with it. And gotta tell you, I'm pretty impressed. Let's get into it. So if you don't know, this is another pickled steel. So I was very fortunate that a member of the community, Gareth, out of South Africa, reached out and he shared a picture of a knife and he was like, "Hey man, would you like to check this out?" And I was like, sure. Very cool. And, I didn't know anything about the company Pickled Steel, what they were about, or anything. And he sent me that knife, and that knife impressed me. And so I got to chatting, and he introduced me to the owner, and I got to speak to Aldo, who's the owner of Pickled Steel. And he's doing some really cool stuff out of South Africa. He's just trying to provide everybody with the best quality products at a really great price that he possibly can. And this is no exception to that. So I've gotten a chance to look at this now, but I've also got to look at the Cavallaro, the Rhino, and the Warhog. I do have my Warhog still, but this one was sent in, and I think I do have some more stuff coming in from Pickled Steel as well, which I'm really, really excited about. So let's talk about this one since it's the one here on the table. So this is called the Freja, Freja, as you can see right there on the blade, the Freja. And this is the SWD edition, which stands for the Stuff We Do. Stuff We Do is a YouTube channel. I will link or add their channel link in the description of this video. You can check them out. They are out of South Africa, and they're doing some really, really cool stuff. So please go check them out. So what makes this the SWD edition? We have the color, and this model usually has a flipper tab, and they did a flipper tab delete on it, which makes this thing absolutely smooth and absolutely perfect. And quite honestly, it doesn't need the flipper. It's so smooth and so clean on the action that, man, it doesn't need a flipper. And then you can choke up here, otherwise the flipper tab would be sticking out right there. But anyway, just so you guys know what that means. So what I want to talk to you guys about this knife is the elephant in the room. It's been brought up that this looks very similar to a Remet, and you are correct. It is exactly what the Remet is, except the Remet still has the flipper tab. And when I spoke to Aldo about some of the ways that he does things, I learned a lot because he's very open, very honest about how he does business. He works with several OEMs, and they make knives for him. And what you guys have to understand is there's a lot of OEMs. Some of them we know, some of them we don't know. And they all have stock designs. What that means is they have designs that anybody can reach out to them, slap their logo on, and that company will make a batch for you to sell. And it's just the way that the knife world is. And there's a lot of things coming out, especially as of late, that are like that. They are all very similar. You can do little tweaks here and there, like removing flipper tabs or maybe putting a different clip on it or different steels, but the design is roughly the same. And that's just how things work. Or you have something like the Warhog, the Rhino, and the Cavallaro, which are specially designed blades specifically for pickled steel. So they have designers that have come up with the designs, and Aldo gets them made by another OEM. So that's kind of how those are the two things that he works with. So he does work with OEM companies that have stock designs that he's able to now get and to put his logo on and maybe make little tweaks here and there. And then offer that to you guys. So that solves that problem, and that's whether you agree or disagree. That is what this knife is. It's being sold by Pickled Steel, and they're not the only company that is doing something similar. So let's talk about it. You have the FRN handle scales that has that nice grip to it, and it's super comfortable. You have that smoothed out area in the finger choil, and man, that makes that very smooth. I can get 4 fingers in there, and it's very grippy. The clip is nice and flat. It's not getting in its way. You got the nice belt, nice loop, and it's very small, low profile. But you could definitely get that in your pants or shorts or whatever very nicely. Again, the action is completely amazing on running on bearings. You have a D2 steel with that nice stonewash blade, that nice wedge at the top, a little bit of jimping up here, right where it needs to be. It's not too aggressive, it's not too small, it's excellent. Nice sharpening choil so that when it's time to sharpen this that you can. But overall, an amazing knife. Excellent access to the lock bar, which does have that nice little chamfer in there. So that little touch makes that very smooth. And the action, again, I can't say enough about that action. And what's amazing is the price. He has this on the website for, it's put into Rand. And I did the conversion, and basically this knife is $24. Let that sink in. $24. So I don't know what he's doing with shipping to the United States from South Africa. You'd have to reach out to them and figure out how that all works. I know he's working on it and trying to expand the U.S. market, but gosh, $24, 24 American dollars is out. just a really cool deal on this knife. You're getting D2 bearings, FRN, nice stonewash blade, and it's just really good quality built blade. Overall, it is 7.48 inches, so just under 7.5 inches, and the blade is 3.14 inches. Let's look at some size comparisons. We have that versus the Rat 2. Obviously, the blade is a little bit longer than the Rat 2, and the handle is a little longer than the Rat 2 as well. We also have the Civivi Elementum. Again, we're a little bit longer than the Civivi Elementum, both in handle and in blade. And then finally, and certainly not least, we have the Para 3. Again, this is going to be a little longer than the Para 3, so that gives you an idea of what it is. What I like to use for the Para 3 is the thickness of the handle. And you're looking, let's see, yeah, you're pretty much even as far as thickness of material. You're right about the same thickness as that. But it feels good in the hand. This would be an excellent work knife. Definitely, probably you have that D2 steel that can take, it's a really tough steel. Down here in Florida, I'm not too big of a fan of it just because it corrodes so easily down here, especially with what I do. But overall, a really great work knife and would be excellent for you guys to pick up. So again, you have the Freja. This is the Stuff We Do edition in D2 steel, nice stonewash, FRN handles, and man, Pickled Steel is just killing it right now. Please go check out their website. They got so many things to choose from. They have multi-tools, kitchen knives, they have everything, fixed blades, they do it all. But go check them out. It's worth taking a look at. So thanks guys for watching. This is another really cool knife review that I get a chance to do, and it's because of you guys. So please subscribe, like, leave a comment, or not. Again, the choice is yours.